Didn't say Dolly, but there was comfort in his not saying Miss Varden. 'Good night,' sobbed Dolly. 'I am sorry you take on so much for what is past and gone,' said Joe kindly. 'Don't. I can't bear to see you do it. Think of it no longer. You are safe and happy now.' Dolly cried the more. 'You must have suffered very much within these few days, and yet you're not changed, unless it's for the better. They said you were, but I don't see it. You were always very beautiful,' said Joe. 'But you are more beautiful than ever now. You are indeed. There could be no harm in my saying so, for you must know it. You are told so very often, I am sure.' As a general principle, Dolly did know it, and was told so very often. But the coachmaker had turned out, years ago, to be a special donkey; and whether she had been afraid of making similar discoveries in others, or had grown by dint of long custom to be careless of compliments generally, certain it is that although she cried so much, she was better pleased to be told so now than ever she had been in all her life. 'I shall bless your name,' sobbed the locksmith's little daughter, 'as long as I live. I shall never hear it spoken without feeling as if my heart were burst. I shall remember it in my prayers every night and morning till I die.' 'Will you?' said Joe, eagerly. 'Will you indeed? It makes me well, it makes me very glad and proud to hear you say so.' Dolly still sobbed, and held her handkerchief to her eyes. Joe still stood, looking at her. 'Your voice,' said Joe, 'brings up old times so pleasantly, that, for the moment, I feel as if that night there can be no harm in talking of that night now had come back, and nothing had happened in the meantime. I feel as if I hadn't suffered any hardships, but had knocked down poor Tom Cobb only yesterday, and had come to see you with my bundle on my shoulder before running away. You remember?' Remember! But she said nothing. She raised her eyes for an instant. It was but a glance, a little tearful, timid glance. It kept Joe silent, though, for a long time. 'Well,' he said stoutly, 'it was to be otherwise, and was. I have been abroad, fighting all the summer, and frozen up all the winter, ever since. I have come back as poor in purse as I went, and crippled for life besides. But, Dolly, I would rather have lost this other arm, I would have rather have lost my head, than have come back to find you dead, or anything but what I always pictured you to myself, and what I always hoped and wished to find you. Thank God for all!' Oh, how much and how keenly the little coquette of 5 years ago felt now! She had found her heart at last. Never having known its worth till now, she had never known the worth of his. How priceless it appeared! 'I did hope once,' said Joe in his homely way, 'that I might come back a rich man and marry you. But I was a boy then, and have long known better than that. I am a poor, maimed, discharged soldier, and must be content to rub through life as I can. I can't say, even now, that I shall be glad to see you married, Dolly, but I am glad, yes, I am, and glad to think I can say so, to know that you are admired and courted, and can pick and choose for a happy life. It's a comfort to me to know that you'll talk to your husband about me, and I hope the time will come when I may be able to like him, and to shake hands with him, and to come and see you as a poor friend who knew you when you were a girl. God bless you.' His hand did tremble, but for all that, he took it away again, and left her. Chapter 72.